Thank you, studio audience.
Yes.
All right, calm down. Stop. Enough. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another rousing episode of What the Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm John.
And together we are...
Ryan and John.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To the union.
To the world we dream about. And the one we're in now.
Awesome. Love.
You ever listen to Hadestown?
No.
Great
Sorry
show.
about that. I wish I would have.
Well, I didn't write it. It's all right. On the couch, as always, we've got, for real this time, Cara Tafolla.
Way down, Hadestown, way down under the ground.
That was pretty
You're
good.
welcome.
That was pretty good. And joining us this week, back again. So nice to have her on this show, for realsies. Annie the Skovmand. Always fresh, never frozen. Fully texting.
No,
What are you doing?
I'm not doing anything.
Everybody's on their phones right now.
No,
What's
no one's
so
on their
interesting
phones.
on their phones right now?
We're addicted.
Yeah, no, I know. We're a broken generation, but I mean right now, what's happening?
In the world?
Well, on your phones. We're also obsessed with our phones. What's going on?
Elon Musk is leaving the presidential
Cabinet.
cabinet.
He had no business being in the...
Except Doge is staying. He's
Okay,
just
that's
stepping
fine.
down.
That's fine, I guess. Department of Government Efficiency.
Is that what Doge stands for now?
That's right. It's a coincidence that
What?
he pushed Dogecoin and that he got
you
hired
serious?
by... It's two different Doges.
I hate that.
The Department of Government Efficiency and Doge, as in the Shiba Inu dog meme. It's a coincidence, but not a funny haha one. More like a scary coincidence. John, what are you working on?
I'm just over here buzzing.
Just straight up,
Yeah.
logging in. I'm
I'm
seeing what I'm aiming my friends, seeing what everybody's doing.
Yeah, see what's everyone. What's up? You guys ever aim message?
All the time.
I never did any
awesome.
aims.
What?
Never aimed.
Never aimed.
What?
Oh yeah,
I was
aimed all
never
the
an
time.
aimer.
You didn't have a Yahoo?
No.
No.
I aimed.
My parents loved me.
Oh,
I
I
aimed, but-
aimed all the time.
I think I aimed with a few friends and mostly family members like that weren't in the state.
It was before
Did
texting.
you guys ever aim?
No.
No.
You and Cara?
It was before texting.
Yeah, it was way before.
You had to get on your computer and go to your Yahoo.
Yeah,
It
I
was
wasn't.
certainly
I
thrilling.
didn't be doing that. Is
Also,
what I'm saying.
Yahoo was like everything was on Yahoo.
I know. I was
The news, games.
the most I started
No.
using
We
the
were a hardcore
interwebs.
Google family.
I think
Well-
I only started Facebook messaging
I think it's because Yahoo was like
and
kid.
text. I was shooting a little. What do they call that? ABC texting. What are they when you do the letter? You have to press the letter a certain amount of times to get a letter.
Just texting on
Texting.
a older phone.
Yeah.
Keyboard text.
No, there's a word for it, but
I
it
didn't
escapes
know
me.
there was a
Doesn't
word for it.
matter.
Texting for what?
The point is at some point we will have lived longer with technology, with the internet, than without.
Oh,
and
scary times.
I feel like I don't like that because
I think we've already lived that
you think so?
in our own lives.
Yeah,
I got
guess
my
so.
first phone when I was like,
13.
13,
But think
14,
about
15,
when you started
16.
Yahooing.
When did I start using the internet? Yeah, when I was 13.
I would
so-
say I used the phone. I used the internet before I used my
Shoot.
phone.
How old are we now?
We're 29.
Guys,
this year.
Yahoo.
next week is Kara's 29th birthday.
Don't say that already.
Sorry.
She's old.
Next year's
29.
Kara's birthday. Birthday.
29.
29.
Last year, your 20s.
Wow.
Wow.
We're all in the same
The
boat,
first
Kara.
one to go
Except for me, I'm young.
29.
The
I'm
first
young
to
and spry.
fall on this barricade.
Wow.
Pretty exciting.
Die.
Well, you'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
You don't look a day over 19, so you're fine.
Okay.
Same woman I met all those years ago.
That's really good.
Well, here we are. This is a podcast. Do you know that podcast derives from iPod, meaning music device?
Seriously?
It does. Yeah.
Whoa.
And you're casting it out.
Yeah, it's like broadcast on an iPod.
Oh.
Because they originally like podcast started because through iTunes was like
Yeah.
podcast. Pretty crazy.
Okay.
That's crazy. Apple's been a part of so many things.
In the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
really changed the space.
I'd also love to understand the logic behind like iPhone and iPod
Mm-hmm.
and
Well,
iTunes.
iPod came first, and then iPhone came out of iPod.
Yeah.
Well, then iMac was first.
Well, everything they were doing was like well,
There was like
was the iPod first or was iMac?
Because wasn't iMac what it was?
Macintosh
Well,
was
it's just
what it was called,
Macintosh.
and then it became iMac
And
at some
iMac
point.
was the big bubbly.
was that the
colored
like
ones.
internet Mac? Like iMac?
Oh, maybe it was. Where
This
does
is the first one
where
I
does
could
the
really
I?
see.
Can we look up where the I comes from?
Where does the I? What is the I?
What is the I in iPhone? You know, because there's a lot of lingo like that. And by the way, like that's a branding miracle. If you can get somebody to call, like these are smartphones.
So it has a few meanings. Originally, it stood for internet.
Internet.
However, it's expanded to include individual, instruct, inform, inspire.
Okay.
So they branded it. They
So they
started
made
as
it up.
Steve
internet,
Jobs
and then they're
introduced
like,
the I as a personal pronoun,
Okay.
so you can
Oh,
personalize
so
the I.
iPod.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
UPod.
I'm saying it's a branding dream to have your product be called a thing. Like this is a smartphone, but like it's like an iPhone, right?
Yeah. Well, that's like Ashton Kutcher, which piece of crap, but
Horrible.
Ashton
even.
Kutcher with Punked.
Uh-huh.
Punked wasn't even a word. It wasn't even a thing.
Yeah.
And so they started filming the first scene, and they'd be like, "You've been punked," and people were
Yeah.
like, "What?"
Do you
They
know
have no clue what it meant.
jet ski? The word jet ski is a brand.
It's the same with like give me a Kleenex.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like what every branding person dreams of is like
Or spam.
turning their. Well, spam is. There's no like.
No, spam was the first spam was
But there is no other item that is the same
like
as
the spam folder is
your
named
email.
after spam.
Like. Oh,
After
really?
spam the food because
You
it's
sure
all
it
your
wasn't before that?
discards. No, because then spam thought about suing about it, and then they were like, "Actually, this is great for us."
Yeah, that's so interesting.
Huh. I never even considered that spam from a can was the same as spam from an email.
Mm-hmm.
Like spam.
The more you
Your
know.
spam folder.
Because I think of it as like I'm spamming you with like, information, like to like an overload of information.
Certainly.
Why would they call it a
Oh,
spam folder?
you know why?
Why?
The brand name Spam was
Yes.
coined in 1932.
Okay.
The word spam began to be used to describe unwanted emails in the 1970s, influenced by a Monty Python sketch.
Spam a lot?
I don't know. It was probably just a one-off
A
sketch.
A sketch
I
in the
like- I
comedy
like
show
that.
Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Ugh, great show.
I like
Featured
the
a
pause,
diner
some of my
menu
favorite.
with spam in every dish. And the
Spam.
phrase spam became a recurring
My
gag.
dad loves that.
I love me some Monty
My dad
Python.
loves that bit.
The first one I ever saw, I think
Do you have anything else without spam? No.
the Ministry of Silly Walks lives rent free in my head. That's so funny. Go ahead.
There's like the Olympics one. That's the one my dad loves. And it's like there's these random things of like they have to like climb this hurdle,
Yeah.
but nobody can do it.
So good.
It's so good.
Do you ever think about how many words we just say and like we don't really know the meaning of them? Do you ever think about that? Sit and go like we just say spam, we just say iPhone,
Yeah.
I think about it a lot because you like to point it out to me.
Okay. No, I'm not saying do you think about the dumb stuff that you say?
No, I'll say
I'm
a
saying
word.
like just people in general.
I'll say a word,
Yeah.
and then you'll go, I don't know if that. What do you mean? I don't think that means what you think it means. And then I go, yeah. And then I start to spiral, and I go, maybe it doesn't mean what I think it means. Maybe I've been using it wrong for
Well,
27
I will
years.
say you do have kind of a track record of using the wrong
Annie
word.
falls victim to spoonerisms quite a bit.
What's a spoonerism?
It's when you say like Cara Tafolla or like Scanny Ovman.
What'd you say
or
the other
something.
day?
Like when you say the
Carol Schro.
Carol Schro.
oh Carol Schro is a perfect spoonerism. Referring to Sheryl Crow, of course.
Yeah.
I
of
have
course.
I have a condition.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but it's something.
Spooneritis, I would call it.
And I have this thing where if I think about the sentence I'm gonna say,
Mm-hmm.
and it happens with like writing too. Is I'll start writing or saying the next word before I'm done saying the word I'm on.
Yeah.
So I'll start
do
writing
do
an
that.
email and I'll be writing there and I'll start thinking like I'm going to say their time.
It's just called
and then I start
ADHD.
writing time while I'm halfway through there. And
It's just called ADHD, by the way. It's just the way you're
I mean, we don't have
I
to
don't think
pathologize
so.
it. She can just
My mom
be
says that's
dumb.
not real.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Which is so funny because my mom does think.
Oh.
She's going to be like, don't you put that on the internet that I don't believe in ADHD. My mom
She
says
totally
that
does.
doesn't exist.
Yeah, I'll say I have a similar thing, but my anxiety wins most of the time.
Go
like
ahead.
I'll go to write something and I'll be like, I don't know how to spell that, or I'm not sure that's right, and I just take it all out and I write something complete. I just change it completely,
Like
to something
Porky Pig?
simple, like just simpler. You know what I'm saying?
Where he goes,
Yeah, if I'm not sure,
something else.
I can't tell you the amount of times during the day I'll be texting and I'll be like, I'll go to use a word and I'll go, I'm not sure if that's the right word. I'm not sure if it's the spelled
Yeah.
the right way. I'm like, I'm just gonna do it the simpler way and just not use the word I want to use all the time.
Yeah, Porky Pig.
Well, not that. I don't use that one.
Like what does he say? Where he's like, he'll be trying to say something. He's like, I need to go to the grocery store.
Yeah,
You know,
like that.
Like,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
I
pathologize everything that we do and diagnose all of our friends, and then
Well, I have this issue where I hear things slightly wrong and then I don't question it and I don't like look into the logic of it
Oh.
and I just
I think-
just start saying it and then years later sometimes it's like no, that's not what that is.
That's just called being a Republican.
when I was
I think that is why I'm in your life, Annie.
No.
is because I've been
If
put on this
that's-
earth
That's why Ryan's in your
to
life.
correct-
For the
God.
record.
to
Actually-
question everything and correct everything that you say and
if that's
think and
why
do.
you've been put in my life.
Yeah,
We're not on earth, I'm in hell.
that's fine. That's fine. And me in heaven because I love it.
No, you're right there. You're
I'm
my
actually,
little demon haunting me.
Actually, I think you meant those. Don't you think
I
that I
feel like
hate
it's getting
myself
hot in
because
here.
of it, Annie? Don't you think that I'm cursed with this thing where I have to point these things
No,
out?
you could stop it at any time.
No, I really can't. That's my thing.
I don't
okay?
know. I think
is I have to be like,
To be fair, I think you could.
no,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so. You want me to just sit here and let Annie just say these things?
No.
No, there's like a
certainly
kind,
not.
like softer way to be like, I don't know if that means what you think.
So
it
you
means.
think so? I shouldn't have a notes app of all the things
Times
that
I've
you've messed up.
Yeah, that's pretty. wrong.
Yeah, I
Can I
think
read them off one time and then I'll delete it?
no. You can keep it going.
Oh.
No,
Okay.
she wants
Your
you to-
goal is to write a book of them, and I know that to be true.
I have a list of
I did see that on TikTok.
crazy things Jordan has said to me on my phone. That's
But
like,
no, that's crazy things.
4
Where you're
pages.
like, what? This is times I've messed up that Ryan keeps track of.
that
They're
is
so funny, but
pretty
you're a good
toxic.
sport about it.
Well,
You're
I
a good
am.
sport.
Right. Well, because you have to be.
Because I have a thick skin.
Okay.
So let's hear him.
I know. I don't. I think that's post-show content for sure. I'm not gonna put you on blast on my main.
On your
Of course
main.
not.
Gosh, I wish Kara had a main to put me on blast, but she doesn't.
Oh, sad. Kara, you want to talk about your loss this week?
This is the first time she picked up a Ryan.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I didn't warn you.
Go ahead.
I lost my TikTok.
Oh, that's what we need. We need an aw. Aw.
I forget what some of these do.
That one.
That's a good one.
It's gone. I can't even just,
Walk us through.
I'm
What was
not
that
even
process
just
like for
logged
you?
out of it. The account is gone.
When did you realize?
You can't even. Oh, it was yesterday morning.
Mm-hmm.
I went to my TikTok to do some scrolling. I got through like 2 scrolls, and then it popped up and saying, "Sorry, you've been
TikTok's
logged out."
Banned. I'm just kidding.
It said you've been logged out. So I went to the login page and I went, "Okay, log in. It's saved on my phone, like my
Yeah.
password and stuff.
Oh no.
Password is wrong."
You're like, that's no shot.
I was
There's
like,
no shot.
"Okay, password's wrong. Weird. Reset my password." How do you want to reset your password? Your phone number or your email? I typed
course.
in my email. This email does not, this account, this username, or this email connected to this account does not exist.
That's what's so crazy. Is
Tried
how do
with
they
my
do this?
tried with my phone number. This phone number does not exist
Oh.
in TikTok. So then I went,
That is
okay,
wild.
and it said try another way. Press try another way. And it said, "Do you want us to send a code to this?" And it was someone else's phone number
You said yes.
and someone else's email. That the end of it was at xgmail.xyz.
So it's a bot, clearly.
It's a bot. So then I was like, okay, I'm logged out. So then I asked Ryan to look up my account, and it's completely wiped.
Gone.
Oh man.
Like
Yeah.
nothing even comes up
Nothing
anymore.
comes up.
Sad.
It used to
That's
be
so
just my profile picture
sad.
popped up. That's gone now. So I got to start anew.
So how many followers did you amass in this time of having TikTok?
I think like 4,000.
Oh wow. Oh
pretty good.
jeez.
Yeah.
You had a couple of bangers where you were like,
Yeah.
you had a lot of
It's sad
views
because
on them.
out of the four of us, I think you definitely put the most effort into being consistent on TikTok.
Yeah. Well, now I get to restart. So
I was,
I'm going to put even more
I was
effort
surprised
into it.
how quickly Cara bounced back, actually.
Yeah.
I was fully mourning it still, like, oh, dang. Cara was like, I just made a new account.
Well,
She's baller like
every
that.
time it
love
makes a
that.
TikTok, it saves in my photos. So I have all my old ones.
Oh, okay.
So
It's
did
not
you-
like
start bumping
it's
them
not like
out.
the memories are gone.
So did you...
the memes.
Oh, but for the memes, you know.
I just can't repost any because they all have watermarks.
Now, did you use your same email and phone number
You
to make
can?
this new TikTok?
Yeah.
So you've just given up on the old account
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah, it's
Dang.
gone. I reached out to tech support, haven't heard anything. So
Yeah, that's the problem with these large
Whatever.
platforms is that it's so hard to get help and really it's hard probably for them to track what's real and what's not.
And like not downplaying how great your account was, but think about if you were like you had a bunch of followers.
oh yeah, it's a big problem.
Think about
going
if you
into
were
it.
making money.
I was telling my friend Katie, who this is like her living, and she literally looked at me and she was like,
Did you
I
have
think
a
I would
simple
die.
password or something? What's the
No.
deal?
Somebody just
'Cause
got to you.
How? That my thing is how. How did they get in? Like if they clearly
I
don't
don't
have
know.
your phone number.
I don't
we
know.
did also have to wait a minute. I'm putting some connections together in our
Uh-oh,
life. We
uh-oh.
did also have to cancel your credit card
We did have to
recently.
cancel a credit card for
Your
fraud.
email is hacked, for the record. Your email is
yeah,
hacked.
your email got.
Your email is 100% hacked. By
You
the
should
way.
probably
my
need to
card's
change-
not connected to my email.
You sure it was?
It's your email.
No, that was your other credit
Right?
card.
Oh,
Oh.
your email is cooked. You need to change your
You
password
should change
right
a lot,
now.
like a lot of your passwords.
Because I'm like,
But
in
I
my
only
head, I'm
changed
going,
my password.
how?
I changed
Yeah.
my password
You
to your
know?
password.
No.
That's fine.
You
There's
didn't
no
change the
correlation
password.
because if you use the same email and password on everything and it gets compromised in one area,
How do you change your Oh, I have to do it on the computer, huh? Like
On
the
what?
But
actual, like
you should. I'll get you my laptop.
Gmail?
You should literally do that as soon as we're done with this. Like no joke.
Yeah,
Because this is just the beginning. They will start
just
going down every
financial
account you
stuff
have.
first probably, and then like Facebook and I don't know other important things.
Yeah, I mean that's because in my head I'm like, it doesn't make any sense unless something was compromised. Because
Think about
how do you do that?
how many. Like, think about if you had an account that was like making money. If your job was suddenly gone,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, sorry, like,
but
sorry,
Gmail normally does
hundreds
the
of
like
thousands of followers.
like
Notification?
you were signed in from.
I bet you have one from a week or two ago.
I
When's
don't.
when's your credit card your compromised?
That was we'll have to go back and look at the statement because we don't actually know
That was probably. I bet you.
It
got,
was
you,
like that was like 3 weeks ago.
within a month. So
Yeah.
See, the thing
there
is,
you
if they
go.
can, if you don't have two-step verification, if they can get in, they could delete that email before you even see it.
for sure.
I don't know. And you know who's actually the company that's actually really good at this kind of stuff is Facebook. I can't get into my Facebook on any of my it takes like I have
Two-step.
to go to my other
Yes.
device. I have to hit, and I'm like, and I'm so annoyed by it. But then I think, oh well,
It makes
that's
you go
what
to-
makes sense.
Well,
you know?
just now getting into Gmail on like a web browser,
Yeah.
it made me go to YouTube
Yeah.
yeah.
and do the YouTube thing.
Ryan and I had that same problem when we first set up this YouTube channel. It was like constantly asking me to prove him. And what are you smiling about over there? What's going on over there?
I'm listening to the podcast.
What are you doing?
What's going on?
She's playing Wordle.
Oh my god.
It's my fourth day in the row getting the Wordle in 3. And then I got the spanagram, the strands. I got it without any hints.
Wow.
And I didn't have any like buffer. I got in
What a sweet moment. You just like fully smiled at your phone like,
6.
oh, did it.
I took a screenshot too. I'm proud of myself.
Send it to your
very
dad. Usually
nice.
dad still tell you every day when he gets it.
No.
He don't play
because
no more?
He realized I was cheating, so.
Yeah, that'll do it.
You were cheating?
Oh, you think I was playing a game and didn't find a way to cheat?
Oh my gosh. Nothing is sacred in this world anymore.
No, not even the Wordle. I've
even
been
the
thinking about
Wordle.
getting back into the
No, I
spelling
don't
bee,
cheat on the
Wordle.
Wordle. This is for me now. This is my own
connections.
satisfaction.
I haven't done the connections.
I had the most interesting interaction on the road today. I was driving on the freeway. First of all, I had 2 interactions on the road. One made me really angry, and the other one I thought was just kind of funny. I was driving next to this, kind of slightly behind this Mustang, and he was kind of swerving, like he was obviously texting or on his phone, like not swerving, but like you could, how when you can tell somebody's on their phone because their car's just rocking back and forth, like very subtly.
I hate it.
It's not dangerous, but it's like
it is.
It is dangerous.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, but it's not like. It's not obvious. It's not like they were driving drunk. Like, that.
Right.
Anyways, I see him and I'm like, and then I see this cop on a motorbike come up and I go, and I immediately lock into, I got to start driving. I mean, I wasn't doing anything bad, but you're saying, but I'm immediately like, oh shoot.
But
like,
you also use your phone while you drive. So
no, I
cut
don't.
that out.
I
No,
don't.
Of course not.
And anyways, I pull up and I just happen to look over and the cop is next to the guy's driver window. And he goes like this. He's got a shaded like helmet so you can't see him. He's wearing like black gloves, the whole uniform. And he goes, and he points down like this. And then the guy like looks up and he goes, and he wags his finger. No. And then just zooms off. And I look back at the guy and that guy goes, all right. He's like shaking his head like, all right, that was my bad. That was my bad. And I was like, that is so awesome.
The wagging finger is crazy.
And I watched it all like I was in a movie. I watched it. It was only a split second, but I just looked up and he was going, the cop was shaking his head and was wagging his finger. And I thought that was so funny. Like that to me is I think such a better way to address that, than like pulling him over and like writing him. It's like,
give him a ticket.
That guy thought I'm living on a 9th life right now.
For sure.
Like I need to like shape up, but it was so funny. I was just like, what are movies? And then the second one was I stopped at Costco to get gas, and Costco. There are a lot of things about Costco gas that like. There are some common unspoken rules about it's like, hey,
pull all the way through if you can.
Pull all the way through, and then when you're pulling out, like every other, we're kind of
zipper.
We're doing the zipper here,
got a
right?
Zipper.
So I come out and I let the car in front of me go because they were pulling in, and I'm literally pulling out to go out, and this. I think she was probably our age, but she was like a female driver in this little car. She just is fully barreling through. And she doesn't even look up, and I slam on my brakes, and I'm like, and then she's just like, nah, no big deal, and just turns, and I'm like, in my head, I didn't even have time to process it because I was like, I should have honked, I should have honked, you know, I should have done the universal vehicle spoken up, and I should have honked,
or the
then
classic,
everyone would have looked, and
hit
that
her
lady
with the middle finger.
But I was just like, what? And then I watched her, and because we all exited the same way, she just blows through the stop sign. And I'm like,
dang.
What world do you live in?
She had somewhere to be.
What world do you live in?
My mom told me about this thing that they used to have like in the 80s that I think we need to bring back. It was a spiral notebook of these kind of like laminated sheets, and they were like messages.
Oh, love.
And so instead of just having to, flip somebody off, you could get out your spiral thing, flip to the like, thanks asshole, and then hold it up and like show it to the person in the car next to you.
We need these.
I think we need to make that again.
That is
She said they were always like sassy little things like that, like, oh, you don't know how to merge, or like, you're riding my ass.
It's like getting a yellow card in soccer.
Totally, like holding it up.
Hey,
yes,
you're an idiot.
Or we just need to like have here's what it's gonna be is those like ticker tape things where it's like a message going by. I'm gonna put it on the back of my car and on the front of my car. And
a little button
with a little microphone.
Oh, there you go.
I can say
Dictate
what I want to say. Say nice move. Where'd you learn how to drive? At the blind store. And then it'll.
We'll over engineer it. We'll have like a stream deck mounted and all these buttons, and it's just as simple as like bink, and it's like you suck.
Yeah. Or like when you play Call of Duty, there's like what is it? Proximity chat when you kill somebody, and you can like I want to be able to like zoom into somebody's car and be like. What kind of move was that? Like just one little phrase or something. Just like, hey, asshole.
I just don't get people like that where you're just driving like you're the only person in all of the world.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and
it's frustrating too because then she just continues her day. She doesn't think anything of it. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder how often we do that and don't realize it.
I don't know. I mean, maybe.
How often you think you're cutting people off and you just don't even know it?
I mean, honestly, there are probably days, and that's the part that I always walk myself down off of it when I have an interaction. It's like, well, maybe they're having a bad day, and like I've been there, but then I'm like, you know what?
Brotherhood of man.
You know that girl probably drives like that all the time, and she probably gets the benefit of the doubt all the time, and that's what refires me up. I'm
And
like,
we
she
just let her
doesn't
get
deserve
away with it.
No, I live and die on we have to have some fairness out here. You know what I'm saying?
She's living rent free in your head right
She
now.
is.
You got to let her
she
go.
She is. I know.
Yeah.
I'm letting her go. It's fine.
That's good, man.
Let's bring back the laminated signs. I'm gonna make us a book
I think
of
we
laminated
should.
Signs.
I do believe that people are getting worse at driving
Yeah.
in San Diego specifically, and I don't know if it's transplants from other. I feel like 90% of the time
Arizona.
someone cuts it off. Yeah, it's Arizona.
'Tis the season because it's
The snowbirds.
just starting to get warm. It's just about June, so people. I mean, this place is gonna blow up any minute here
Yeah.
with all of the
We
transplants.
live in a touristy town.
Yes, we do.
We love it.
Yesterday, I was
We
trying to get
love
some
it.
work done at a coffee shop, and I almost wanted to lean over and be like, "Hey, read the room. They're done. They don't want to talk to you."
Oh,
And
you
it was like
watched
it was like a mom with I think her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend, or her daughter and her like son or nephew or something,
Stop.
and she was nonstop talking. She's like,
chatting it up.
she's voice dictating to the Uber where to pick them up. She's like, "Do you guys like what you got? Do you like what you got? It's kind of a cloudy day. Do you guys want to sit here? Or do you want to keep walking? Do you want to like the hotel was nice, huh? I wasn't
know
expecting
somebody like
dinner
this.
last night to be." And they're both on their phone, like.
That's kind of worse though.
Rude.
And she's like, but then at this point, neither of them are interacting. And she's looking at her phone and she's still talking.
Oh no.
And I wanted to be like,
I know somebody like
hey.
Yeah, I think we know the same person like that.
that. Probably not.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you later.
All right.
Hey, buddy,
You know somebody like
they're
that?
done.
Unaware?
What's that? Hey. And so you thought that you were gonna walk up and go, "Hey,
No, I was sitting
Stop it."
closer than Cara and I are sitting now on this couch. Because it was like at OB Beans,
Okay.
where the tables
God
are
bless.
maybe a
OB
millimeter
Beans.
away from each other. And so I was basically sitting at a table with them.
So you were kind of also in on. You're going, yep.
I love what I got.
I do love what I got. Just get like even weirder. You have to out weird her.
Yeah. I felt for them and I felt for her. And I was like, hey,
You're not getting
Stop it.
yeah,
Get
this
some
isn't
help.
helping.
Get some help.
One thing I'm trying to work on in my life is being
Oh.
okay with silence.
That is big for you.
I know.
That is huge for you. I'm glad to hear that.
Good for you.
Is that what
I
you didn't say on this whole
also-
podcast?
One
Nobody can
one
see
thing
you
I'm
unless
trying
you
to be
talk.
okay with is being on my phone during the podcast.
Oh, I've always been okay with
I
that.
think-
I get that from Cara.
Yeah.
There are some
I think I
episodes-
also struggle with
Cara
that.
just said, yeah, I didn't pick up her microphone.
Yeah.
She
Here
said,
goes. Yeah.
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 I'm sure it picked
We
it
gotta
up.
get mic stands for
Awesome.
you guys again.
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
These
you
are heavy.
guys.
Well, let's
You can use the
briefly
lab.
talk about we've hinted
I
at
would
it
love
in the
that.
past, but let's visit the Lilo and Stitch movie.
I haven't seen it.
Because-
No spoilers.
Oh. Are you gonna see it?
Yes, I'm gonna see it.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
stubby.
Okay, then never mind.
No
never
talking,
mind.
no talkie.
No talking. No,
Is it
no
the
spoilers.
Same? Hold on. Can I ask a question? Is it the same as the animated movie?
No.
It's different.
It's
You can
different
talk
enough to
about
be
it.
a different movie.
I don't
You
want to
can
talk.
talk
I don't.
about it.
I actually don't want to. I
know?
I figured you'd seen it already.
You want to talk about the movie we saw last week?
Oh my god. you
Maybe the
guys.
worst movie I've ever
Now,
seen.
now here's the thing. Here's the hard part of being a stubby
Uh-huh.
is that we see movies,
See a lot of movies.
and sometimes it's like, okay, well, let's go see this horrible movie.
yeah.
We saw the movie
Hurry up tomorrow.
Hurry Up Tomorrow. By the way,
Ugh.
I thought about it. Stupid name.
Yeah.
Makes no sense to the movie that we saw.
No, not at all.
Hurry Up Tomorrow? What is that supposed to mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
Picture this. The star is The Weeknd. John, I'm going to tell you because you're listening.
Yeah,
you're
I'm
not
listening.
you're
I'm
not
listening.
actively on your phone on this
Yeah,
podcast.
like
on the
these two.
couch, as always.
These two.
Enough is enough.
Yeah.
Horrible movie. I don't know why Jenna Ortega found herself in this movie because I like her as an actress.
You know what I learned about this movie? The number one thing I learned about it is that Jenna Ortega seems like she'll do anything for money.
Unfortunately, I think that's true.
Because I
Unfortunately,
don't know
true.
how you read this script and you go, I want in on that.
It was like interesting for about 10 seconds.
Same with that Barry guy, but he's got
Give us a lowdown on what it was about.
By the way, it's okay. So The Weeknd, by the way, Barry Keoghan can suck
Keoghan?
it. He can
Yeah.
suck it.
He's not very good, but we knew
Fumbled the bag with Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah.
And I don't even honestly
What a
like. I'm gonna
loser.
say something kind of crazy. I don't even think he's that great of an actor.
Not that crazy. Cold take. He's horrible.
Who, The Weeknd?
No. Also
No.
a bad actor.
Oh, Barry Keoghan.
Yeah.
Yes, terrible.
I feel like he got lucky.
He just
with
has a-
Saltburn, and like it fit. It kind of fit his personality.
He's like a
well
funny
enough.
little Irish man, so it kind of like that is interesting.
True.
The Weeknd is this huge star in the movie.
Yeah.
In the movie, by the way.
Yeah.
Because I don't know anybody that's like, oh, we're going to the Weeknd.
Yeah.
We're gonna go see him in concert. Horrible performer.
Yeah. Does
Horrible
he
performer
sell-
in the
does he sell
movie.
well in
I don't know. I
concerts?
guess he was like playing these sold out shows, but then he's back in the green room. He's back in the dressing room, and he's stressed. And oh my gosh, because he just recently broke up with the girl of his dreams, and she won't answer his calls. And he's freaking out. He's crying. He's like, I loved her. I loved her. And Barry Keoghan is like, snap out of it, man. Well, however they speak. The Irish.
Kind of Jamaican Irishman, but
Step
okay.
out of it, man.
Cool.
Whoa! The Weeknd kills on tour.
Does he?
In 2022, which was his last tour, he made over $350 million in revenue.
Wow.
The tour broke Michael Jackson's record for the highest grossing tour by a black artist.
Wow.
The highest before that was $311 million.
Well,
That
he's
is
a popular
crazy.
artist.
Apparently,
He's a
I didn't think he
not
was
a
that
popular
Sold over 160,000
as a
tickets.
actor.
As a performer, I didn't think he was. I thought he just made kind of like electronic music.
I thought he was
and-
kind of a studio guy.
Yeah,
in my
same.
opinion, you know, but apparently he's not.
Anyways, in this movie, he can't get over this girl, and then Jenna Ortega shows up, but she's crazy. In the first scene, we see her like burn this house down, which
we thought he was the aggressor in the relationship, and towards the end you find out no, she's the like crazed fan.
she kidnaps him, basically like drugs him, or like knocks him out, ties him to this bed, and is like
Makes him listen.
listen to his songs and like describe. She's like this crazy fan and is like, oh my gosh, your music is so good. Let's listen. In the movie, we listen to "Blinded by the Light" in its entirety, and she's dancing to
She's
it,
singing it,
and she's like, your lyrics are this and this, where she's kind of doing this like American Psycho thing, which is interesting. Again, for about 5 seconds, you're like, okay, that's kind of like she's a good actress. She's doing this bit where she's a crazy fan. He's tied to the bed. The rest of the movie is intercut with like long sequences of blinking lights, like they're in the club, and it's just like not like cool visuals, just like horrible to look at.
Well, the first thing that pops up on screen when you start watching it is this film contains flashing lights and erratic camera movement or whatever,
Like an epilepsy warning.
And it was, and I was like, "That's weird," but okay, because like I feel like all movies has to have
Right.
kind of has
When
that
there's action
undertone,
sequences
right?
or something.
But there's never a warning.
They were, and the warning was
So it was like a
the
concert.
understatement of the year.
because
It
the
was like a
first
concert.
5 minutes is like the room is spinning, flashing lights, and I'm like, we're looking at each other like, I feel sick.
I'm like,
I feel-
I literally like 20 minutes of the movie. I'm like, John, we
if
have
you
to
did
leave.
have epilepsy, you would have to leave.
I'm like, John, we need to get out
If
of
you
here.
had epilepsy, you'd
John
be
goes,
dead.
John goes, well, no, like, let's see where this goes. We're like already into it. Like, let's just see where this goes.
I'm not joking. It was
horrible.
And by the way, there was like 4 other sequences that were like 10 minutes long of like the room is spinning and all of a sudden the lights are flashing and then it's like the worst experience
Horrible.
I've ever been in a movie. I was like, and then he
tried to-
disappears for 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, great. Right? Well, by the way, when Ryan's not locked in on a movie, you
Oh
just,
no, I
you should
know.
just leave.
No, I know, because he does that at home too.
It was
Because-
also 10:30 at night, so I'm like tired, like trying to stay awake for this movie. But it's like, bomb, bomb.
It is. It is.
bomb,
It really
bomb.
is.
Like just a close up on him for like 20 minutes would be like,
And at the end, he sings this a cappella version of a song that he's like writing throughout the movie. And you think, okay, this is gonna be like just the chorus, and then it'll end. Nope,
he sings an
the
entire song
entire-
a cappella.
like-
Bruh.
It's so awkwardly long. We're like all sitting in the movie theater, and it's just like, ba-da. He's like singing it. No music. Music doesn't fade in. Doesn't ever come in.
One of the worst movie experiences I've had in a long time, and that says a lot.
And I remember on the drive home, I was thinking, what a shock it is to be in a movie with you when you're not interested in the movie.
Because I love the movies, even bad movies I like.
Because the whole time you're like on your phone and like,
I'm like-
up and down. You go and get you leave for like 20 minutes. You come back with a water cup. I'm like, water took you that long.
Here's how you know when you see me whip out IMDb in the movie theaters. This movie's cooked. It's not getting an Oscar.
And also you're like texting people back. I'm like, the whole time I'm like, I didn't like the movie either, to be clear, but he hated the movie.
I hated it. I hated it. It was really horrible. Love going to the movies with you, buddy.
Yeah.
Worst
it.
movie of the year or what?
Oh, of the century.
Far and away.
Was it worse than that weird POV ghost movie we saw?
Oh.
That
it's
was
gonna be
not-
close. It's
I don't
gonna be
know.
close. You know, we should do like our version
What
of the
was that
Razzies.
called?
Awaken
Presents,
or something.
presents.
Presents.
And
That
there
was
certainly
bad
was a
too.
presence.
That was
We
bad too.
should.
It's
I
no
do
presents.
think that you guys.
You start using that in a negative sense.
Yeah.
Well, it's no presents.
It's no presents, but it was pretty bad.
You guys should like really get into Letterboxd. I fear.
Yeah.
I was in it for a minute.
Because I think that you guys could leave some killer reviews on Letterboxd.
I could devastate the movie industry.
Yeah.
What
really.
I'll say-
That's what I'm saying. I feel like you guys should like make a website that looks really legit and like high end.
Yeah.
And it's you just killing a movie, like a movie reviewer.
The
Destroy.
difference between Ryan and I is Ryan, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on
Go
this.
ahead.
You live and die by Rotten Tomatoes. Like if Rotten Tomatoes is a bad review, you're like immediately not interested.
I don't live and die by it, but I trust it. I certainly trust it.
See, I don't. I think Rotten Tomatoes is the
I think-
worst thing that happened to the movie industry.
You're probably right.
Because it like
I think
what it
it's a
does is
good
it kills movies without even
signifier.
giving you a chance to like go in there and watch it.
Can't trust Rotten Tomatoes.
Thank you.
They gave Burlesque a 37%.
Oh, okay. There, and I knew there was something coming.
Of
Can't
course.
trust
I
them.
knew there was something
Nope.
coming.
Surely
Can't
she
trust
wouldn't
him.
just agree with you.
They gave the Taylor Swift documentary a negative
Actually, that was
5.
probably really highly rated.
Let's see what it was.
Well, the Swifties run it back.
Well, yeah,
that's
of
why.
course. They've got the bots. I think it's a good. I think when it's a middle of the road review, it's difficult. I think when it's really high, it's true, and I think when it's really low, it's also true.
So a couple things, again with Rotten Tomatoes, I in line with that is I also don't like hearing from like genuine movie critics because I'm like
I would agree with that.
they don't know. Like, yes, there's like all this, there's all this movie like etiquette and lore, and like that's what they're basing it off of.
99%.
What, the Taylor Swift
Oh,
documentary?
boo! I don't believe that for a second.
It's just because it was good filming of the concert.
Sure,
Yeah.
agreed. There's nothing to it really.
Yeah.
It was the concert.
And
Here-
I just don't agree. I
Fine.
think,
What's your favorite movie ever?
Here's what I'll say.
Give me your favorite movie.
Oh, I don't even know where to start.
Oh,
I have no clue.
the way back. What to give it?
Check up The Guardian. So it's a.
While she's looking that up, here's what I'll say.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Is that
83.
we live in a day and age right now on the internet, on social media, where it's so easy to be a hater.
Yes.
It is so easy.
Airplane. 97.
Love. That's crazy. It's so easy to dunk on a thing, to be like, this was horrible for all these reasons. And
Yeah.
lately, I feel like I've been noticing that, and I'm trying to not be a hater, generally speaking. I'm like,
That's good.
it's so easy for me to be
So
a
is
hater.
the
though.
popcorn meter? Is that the good thing?
The popcorn meter is
Fan
the
score.
fan
right?
score, and the tomato meter is the
Oh, so 30.
like collection of
37% is not good.
37% is not good.
Bad.
Man,
Bad
that
even.
sucks. That's
What's
what
your
they're-
favorite movie?
I'm not. It's not my favorite movie, but it's the movie the first movie that ever made me cry, and that was
It was
Guardian.
the Guardian. Yes, of course.
37% on Rotten Tomatoes, which sucks because I thought it was a great movie, and I didn't know Ashton Kutcher is the star of that movie, which I didn't know because when I watched it as a
Oh,
kid, I was
Ashton,
like, I didn't
huh?
know who he was, but
I think like what you like and everything. I'm really trying to like when the internet says like this thing is bad and we all hate this person. I've been trying to like temper my reception of that
thank you.
lately because like everybody hates Benson Boone right now, and I'm
Yeah,
trying to
what?
figure out why.
Do you hate him?
I don't necessarily hate him, but I don't like his music, but I don't dislike him. I don't know. It's a complex thing.
Yeah,
Someday I'll get good at these
yeah.
buttons.
No, I hear you.
But I don't know. Maybe that's more of a conversation for the post show. What would you
Maybe.
say?
I would say.
Folks, This show is brought to you by our Patreon. Hey, folks. It's us at What the Podcast. We have a Patreon set up that you can support us financially. This whole show is put on by just 4 friends that love to podcast. We get in front of the mics and we do that every week and we pay for it out of pocket. So for $4 a month, you can support the show, and what you're going to get in return is access to that post show. It's a little extra episode of the podcast we do every week. You're going to get behind the scenes looks at things when we upload them, whatever that is. And it helps keep the lights on over here at Albright Entertainment. So we thank you for listening to this episode 236.
That was awesome.
Right?
Yeah, you're right.
Of What the Podcast.
Yeah.
And, I thought we talked about a lot of great stuff. There it goes. Already the podcast dog.
Wow.
Love that guy. Any final thoughts as we enter into post-show territory? Guys, summertime is here.
Summertime.
I'm not sure if you're feeling it, but I am feeling it.
I'm feeling
Memorial Day always brings on summer vibes for me, and we are entering in.
It's summer, y'all.
It's the dog days, as they say.
Wow.
Let's get out there and play some baseball.
Yes.
Come
Love
on,
it.
boys.
I'm back playing softball, so
Woo! Back and better than
started
ever.
the season really well. Let's say that.
On the couch, as always, Cara Tafolla.
Hi.
Annie the Skovmand.
Oh, I have to say something?
I'm Ryan.
And I'm John.
And we'll see you next week on
On
What the Podcast.
Way down Hades Town.
I've never seen that either.
Way down under the
Broadway.
ground.
Broadway show. Good music. Can you see that, John?
Right? Daniel Tafolla. Ryan, this is a president. He's already been shot once. Give him some damn respect.
I've got to get right there.
You're going to have to cut it there. That's hilarious.